Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is May 14, 2024, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching Alcoa finally break out from that resistance level and breaks to the upside. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So we start out the day at 8 a.m. South African time. Out of Great Britain, we have a Claimant Count Change number coming out. That's followed at 2:30 South African time with a core PPI, Producers Price Index from the United States. And then at 4 p.m., Fed Chairman Powell will be speaking. Now, looking at the various markets, the Forex symbols remain unchanged. So do the indices, pretty much unchanged from day to day. Now, looking at commodities, gold gets a slight bounce while oil remains unchanged. So market's still very light. And as we look at the stocks, Google gets a bounce while the VIX starting to pick up. Let's see if we're getting some sell-off coming soon. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin gets a small bounce as well. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go with the Euro USD. Now, I just want to highlight this just for educational purposes, okay? We're at the end of the move. We've been at the end of the move. We're at resistance level because it's a 200-day moving average. Now, I want to go to a 5-minute chart just to give us perspective, okay? We've been trading between 107.88 and 107.85. That is a very, very tight range. Okay, that's a 3-pip range. That's almost impossible to make money in that type of environment. So just be aware of it. We are in a very tight range. Now, from May 13th, which was just yesterday, we were at 108.06, okay, which was like 35 pips away. So it's not, again, it's not a big move, considering where we're at, okay? So just take it into consideration so that we are in a very tight area. Now, this may be a place that we retrace, okay? Looking at a 4-hour chart, that may be resistance-ish level, okay, as we hit this area, but I wouldn't expect too much coming out. Same deal for the British pound. So it's across the board that we're hitting this snag in the market where things are all intents and purposes factored in already. Now, it may change with the MPC official bank rate. And as we have more information coming out, core price index coming out, those are all very important items coming out in the week. Now, jumping into commodities, gold, small bounce, no real big deal. Okay, about $4 or $5 that it's bouncing, but it did break that downwards momentum. Okay, so consider that for now. Okay, this is why I'm highlighting it. Oil also unchanged here in the market. And as we look at the US markets, also you can see they're tapering off. The NASDAQ and the Dow Jones completely tapering off. Just a little bit of a sell-off for the Dow Jones, okay, about 50 points, okay, to 100 points from considering after hours and regular hours trading. Now, in all intents and purposes, if we look at a daily, we've come a long way. And if you guys remember, I called this to be the top. 39,700 would be 50% from our major sell-off of 37,400 from our 40,100-ish level. So consider that where we are right now. This may be a point of exhaustion, and we'll see a sell-off coming up. Now, jumping into the U.S. markets, okay, let's take a look at the stocks. Check this out. Alcoa has been grappling with this resistance for as long as I can remember. I mean, this has been since April that we've been challenged with this resistance, finally breaking above it to $40 a barrel. Now, that might be a sign because, remember, it's a huge bellwether. Alcoa is a major company. It could be also a sign of inflation as things are kind of, getting rolled into durable goods. So it's something to consider. Now, the other stock to really consider is Google. Google had a big day yesterday and it recovered from a decent sell-off after hitting that supportish level at that moving average, that 30-day moving average. Okay, now if we look at a weekly, we're pretty much close to our all-time highs for the year. Okay, so this is really important to note. So as we've recovered for Google, that's a positive sign. Now, Cisco was the other one who broke on the upside. We're looking at a weekly. Let's take a look at a daily above its 30-day moving average, which is really very encouraging, okay, at least for now. But if you look at the other majors, didn't do much. Facebook just tapering off lower. Microsoft also a little bit lower after, recovering after that major sell-off from 429-ish level. Okay, we are 413. Again, this is really almost 50%. So the stocks are somewhat trading in tandem, some a little bit stronger, some a little bit weaker, but altogether the markets are, taking this all in. Lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin was making that downwards trend. It now has officially broke it, right? Ever since it hit that 30-day moving average and broke above it, but it's not holding above it. So this may still go on the downside. So I'm not looking to short it here, but I'm also not looking to go long here. I just want to see it where its levels are and to see if it will confirm that downwards trend again. That's something to anticipate in Bitcoin. But as the markets have taken in a lot of economic factors from last week and the previous week, between the earning reports, between the Fed Chairman Powell making a decision, all these things are taken into factors. So markets are trading a little bit lighter as we're getting into mid-May. And remember, selling may and go away, which means that generally speaking, the market's a little bit lighter in the summertime. So keep that into consideration. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.